be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down. Let me down.
Guys, so here's a quick review of She Spawn #1. Now, basically, the story starts off with 4 members of the Scorched. They're on a mission. They after really brief introduction of who's who, they infiltrate kind of like this base where they see just these grotesque creatures who are kidnapping kids. And Jessica Priest, She Spawn, winds up finding one and says, "Hey, why are you guys taking the kids?" And he's like, "Well, it's for experimentation before I make her." And she goes, something happens with one of the girls. Anyway, she goes, the girl has a name. The name is Stacy. So after they're done, mission accomplished, to figure out what's going on, Jessica has this episode where she just kind of passes out. Like, she just stares off into whatever and just kind of rolls her eyes and passes out. So anyways, it cuts through a scene where Jessica then is basically on her way home, and she stops off at some liquor store where she's met by these these assholes that, are checking her out and whatnot, and she's already had a bad day or bad week, whatever. It doesn't really give a timeline on how long after this is. So basically she's just had it with everything, and these guys caught her at the wrong time and she knocks him out. Anyways, cuts to her going to her cabin or her home, whatever it says, and she's met by this character. The character says, "Hey, I drank." She's like, "Where's my booze?" And he's like, "I drank most of it." And he's like, "Well, we kind of have a mission for you, and you get to be a hero." So she's like, "Well, what's the mission?" She goes, "Well, there's this kid that's been kidnapped by a cult that needs to be saved, and they're trying to brainwash him because later he's supposed to save the world." So she goes, on the mission, and she finds that they're just beating this kid up, and so she's like, "Well, now here I get to be a hero." She goes in, and at this point she's Jessica Priest, right? So when she goes into action, though, she does become the Hellspawn, changes into the Hellspawn that she is, goes basically down to kind of save the child, and she's just trying to figure out what's going on. Why are you guys doing this? And this is probably one of my favorite panels, is where she like her mouth and whatnot kind of opens up and shows that she's actually a Hellspawn. That was really cool. So anyways, she goes, she tortures these guys and whatnot, and goes to save the kid. On their escape, so after she winds up, beating up these guys and whatnot, she grabs the kid, and they're like, she takes off, right? And so they're like, "Hey, you're making a big mistake. You're misunderstanding what this kid is and who he is." And she's like, "Well, I'll just take my chances." So they start shooting, but she soon realizes they're not shooting at her. They're shooting at him because they're trying to kill this kid. So after she feels safe, after she feels like she's getting away, she's like, "Hey, kid, just relax. I've got you now. Do you have a name?" At that point, it's revealed that he is Al Simmons, who later on becomes Spawn. Anyways, guys, just a quick review of this book. I thought it was really cool. I've already read #2, so I'm going to do a short review the next few days. Anyways, thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.